Hello everyone, and today we have with us Shubham Khairnar. He is here to share his experience as a DevOps engineer with us. First of all, welcome to my channel, Shubham. And would you like to share something about yourself?
Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me to this channel. So, hey guys, this is Shubham Khairnar. I'm a DevOps engineer in Fractal Analytics. So yes, it's a DevOps topic, and I was a SRE, which is a site reliability engineer, and was handling both the roles, SRE as well as DevOps. So this is a short introduction. So I will elaborate more in this journey. Yeah,
Okay, thank you. And thank you, Shubham, for joining us today and sparing your precious time. Uh,
my pleasure.
Shubham, how does your day looks like? Like, what are the roles and responsibilities you have to go through on the
Mhm.
day-to-day basis? And something about your job profile.
So yes, so I won't repeat the stuff which are there on the internet. So what is the reality? What is the DevOps do? So first of all, when we say DevOps, we found on internet that it's development, deployment, and operations. But yes, DevOps are friend as well as enemy of developers as well as testers. Because yes, so if I can say my experience, so my day-to-day life looks like I'm constantly with developers on meetings and calls. We deploy their stuff, so they get some errors, bugs, even production bugs. So we need to be constantly proactive to solve those. Like there are a couple of components like CI/CD pipelines as well as your own automation stuff, like you are continuously improving your company's infrastructure. So these are the two sectors you work on daily, like your infrastructure, company's infrastructure, and developers health. Yes, that's my day looks like daily till Friday.
Okay. Shubham, you started your career as a software engineer in CTS Tech. Then after you switched to Shadi.com. After that, you joined this Fractal technology. Okay. So from software engineer to DevOps engineer. So, what was the reason of switching or changing your this career path?
Yes, so this is my professional journey. I should make some documentary over it because it was a roller coaster ride. I will share some background. You'll just love it, guys. I was in Datta Mega College, as you know, or you may not know. That's not important. But I was selected in Capgemini in
Yeah.
campus round. Yeah, and it was sending me to Bangalore, but I was not ready to shift to Bangalore because of the salary they were giving that time. But in off campus, we say like I got selected into CTS Tech, and I was an interface engineer that, and the trending technology was HL7 and SHR. All healthcare domain stuff was there. So I was an interface engineer working in the night shift, just enjoying like my extended college days, like environment, because it was a night shift and you all know how much we work in night shifts. So I was enjoying the life, but as we see in the future, like it was a comfort zone, and as we all know, we don't grow in our comfort zone. So
That's
I
right.
thought of switching. So I tried to switch internally and got promoted to QA engineer, a
Yeah.
testing engineer, and in a day shift. So it was a win-win situation for me, like getting a day shift and then getting something to work on programming languages like Java. So was automation as well as manual engineer, testing engineer there. Worked on Java Selenium technology for like say 6 to 7 months. I don't want to point out exact months here because, as we all know, this professional journey works on manipulations. And yes, so yes, worked on this. testing thing, but was not quite enjoying because Java was not my cup of tea from the starting only.
Okay.
And in college, we knew only Java and C. We didn't even know Python. In the late college days, I got to know about Python, but and like a normal kid, I knew only that in IT you only do programming, but it's not. So let's keep it there only. So I was a testing engineer, and there was a DevOps engineer in our team who was working on cool technologies, and that interests me more than this testing stuff. So yes, so I used to sit with them, see the structure of, see the infrastructure, see how they work. So that excited me, and yes, so this was a triggering point. Made I want to become a DevOps engineer. It was on a small scale because it's a small team, but I started learning. I started gaining knowledge, and that's how DevOps engineer journey started. But it was not easy for me to switch back from testing engineer to DevOps because yes,
Yeah.
it's a big organization, CTS Tech. So we need to do some internal things to go there. So one of my friend helped me to.
What attracts you most towards this domain?
uh, uh, in DevOps, like like uh, it's personal. Like it's depend upon your skill set. Like programming is not my cup of tea, so I don't want to do programming. And DevOps is such that you don't program things there. You just automate them. You script them. Like so
So,
that excites me personally.
mhm. So
Yeah.
you mean here with the DevOps, no need to learn
Mhm.
any programming language or any background of programming language is needed to be a DevOps engineer.
It's little political if I answer it as a no, but I personally say no.
Okay.
You don't need to have that much knowledge of
From
programming.
your own experience, you are saying that no, programming knowledge is not required.
Yes, that's not required. But if you wanna help developers and do
Yeah.
some I know programming or stuff, then you can learn programming and solve developers
Okay.
problems, and yeah, that's the
So can you please elaborate? What does a DevOps engineer do?
DevOps engineer do deployments and operations. This is the one word answer for it. While elaborating it, I would say it deploys developer stuff continuously. Uh, and this is the one sentence answer for that because we only do that, but that doesn't mean this is the only scope. We try to automate things in there. So there are stages. I will not deep dive into the stages. Like then it will be a webinar of DevOps engineer doing CI/CD pipelines and all. But yes, we do containerize apps. We orchestrate them. We deploy them. We monitor the stuff. We
Mhm.
sometimes test our infrastructure. We maintain 100% availability.
Okay.
So yeah, yes, that's our job.
Is it more towards business development?
No, business development is totally upon your business factors.
Okay.
Business development is on yourself after your application is deployed. Whatever happens is on the business side. It's
Okay.
completely technical. DevOps is completely technical. You have to code, but that's not a programming code. That's not
Okay.
programming language code.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's infrastructure scripting, infrastructure
Hmm.
as code. Those are stuff there. Yeah.
So, as you said, programming skills are not much needed. Or
Mhm.
and then what are the tools that are used in DevOps? The few that I heard is Jenkins, and then there is one Docker. So, do you
Mhm.
think that the knowledge of such tools are must or mandatory to be a DevOps engineer?
So what is mandatory to become DevOps engineer is to learn everything. That is my answer to it, because there are list of technologies, this list of tools in DevOps. Like you'll Google it, like what tools are included in DevOps. You'll get a whole list of 100 and 200 tools, uh, which are currently running in market and trending.
Yeah.
So you can't just learn every other tool and perform your day-to-day job. So how you learn tools?
Yeah.
So let's say you got a project. There is a pipeline which includes Jenkins and Argo CD or whatever it is, and it has Docker and Kubernetes. So what my approach is, what I used to do is I practically learn those stuff when I am doing it. So it's not like you need to have this knowledge before you do that project, but it's good to have, good to know that what Docker is, what Jenkins is, yeah, that kind of stuff.
So at least they should have the basic knowledge of such tools.
Yes,
Few tools, not all, but at least few.
yes. This is like when we were used to in school, like teacher used to say, read those like chapters before you come tomorrow. It helps you to nourish your knowledge. This is like that kind of stuff. You need to have basic knowledge about these tools before you perform anything on that.
Okay. So just now you use a one word, that is scripting. So how much scripting is required? Again, I heard about the cloud platform knowledge is also required. So would you like to comment on it?
Yes. So going point wise, first point was scripting. So
Yeah.
yes, a lot. The answer is we do a scripting a lot, because there are little daily small tasks which you don't need to do manually every time you go in office or you go online. So those tasks gets automatically done by those scripts. So there are bash scripts, shell scripts, Python scripts. Those are scripts, and these are very much needed. And one should have that knowledge in DevOps. Second thing is cloud.
Yeah.
Cloud is like heart of DevOps, I would say, because nowadays every other company is moving to cloud and it's very trending. And DevOps engineers only handling the cloud engineers job. Like there are two different segments, I would say, like cloud engineer and DevOps engineer. But till now in my career, I am handling both of this, like cloud engineer as well as DevOps engineer. So a DevOps engineer should have cloud engineer knowledge, but for cloud engineer, it's not vice versa.
So you learn all these domains while working on it, correct? Be it a
Yes,
cloud or
yes,
scripting.
yes. You should know something about everything. This is that. Yeah.
Okay. So why there is such a great demand for DevOps now?
Yeah, yes. As I said, that every other company, every other organization is moving to cloud because
Yeah.
they want stuff to get automatically delivered.
Yes.
Because it saves time, it saves money, it saves manpower as well. Because every time you code, you need to wait to get it on the like on the web to see your whatever changes you have done in that code. So when DevOps methodologies are implemented in your organization, your company, that time gets reduced. So your software gets delivered fast, and that impacts the business value at a very great level, and it generates revenues. So that's why it's trending.
So if someone is in testing, you were okay.
Yeah.
So if someone is in testing profile or in developer profile, and if there is any pressure, and if he or she wants to join as a DevOps engineer,
So,
what are the things that he or she should know?
yeah. So to be honest, to get DevOps engineer job by being a fresher is very difficult.
Okay.
Personally, I'm saying that yes, because DevOps engineer is a kind of profile where you need to have 3 to 5 years of experience, at least 2 years of experience.
Okay.
But uh, this is a paradox when I'm saying that you should have 2 to 5 years of experience and fresher is not getting job for DevOps. So yes, some luck is also needed when you go through the journey. Like me, uh, I thank my friend always to get me that tip. Uh, okay. And the second question was if someone is a tester or developer and he wants to move to the DevOps engineer, yes, you're welcome, guys. You have programming knowledge. It's an add-on, but yes, it requires very hard and smart work. Hard work to learn things and smart work to get into the domain. Yes.
So for technical skills, any resources or platforms that you want to mention, or any certification course that you should like to mention over here, so that students, those who are watching, they will get benefited through it.
So when you said resources, I'm going to do my publicity. I have a blog with name aimlessengineer.com. So one should move to that blog and use those resources for your betterment of your
So guys,
future.
do watch his channel.
It's a blog.
It's a blog. It's a blog. Oh, sorry, sorry, sir.
Yeah, it's a blog. It has a very good name. I aimless engineer, which
Okay.
is who I am. aimlessengineer.com. Uh, and yes, mainstream.
Description box.
Yes, you would find a link to that. Yeah, and yes, and the mainstream resources like Udemy, Coursera.
Yeah.
These two platforms are very good. And even the code cloud, it's trending. It has very much resources of DevOps there. And while coming back to certifications, so I am a AWS Certified Developer, and there are a couple of other certifications I'm preparing for. So it's a cloud certification in AWS, and there are like other certifications as well, which offers a great value to your resume and to your knowledge box as well, like Docker Certified Engineer, then Kubernetes, CK and CKAD. So there are a lot of certifications, but it really adds value to your knowledge while coming back to your resume too. So yes, one should do at least one cloud certification in every cloud platform like AWS, Azure, Google Cloud Platform. Yes.
So that certification in cloud platform will help them to get a job, at least to get considered for the DevOps job.
Correct. Yes. Yes.
So lastly, any advice you want to give to the future aspirants who wanted to join the similar job like you are?
So there are like a lot of advice I give to freshers, to even my juniors who come to the same organization and join the role of DevOps engineer or SRE. So like my first advice is like, don't just watch those videos, the Udemy videos, the Coursera videos. Start performing there and there only.
Yeah.
Like if instructor is giving you some knowledge about or telling you some steps about deploying an application or whatever it is, whatever stuff he's telling you to do, just do it now. Just do it there only, because practical knowledge is very important in DevOps. Like yes, theoretical knowledge is also there, but it's 60/40. Practical knowledge is always 60%, because you are going to do those things on production on any environment, let's say dev, prod, anything. And yes, and the second advice is like, start being proactive. Whatever work you do, like you need to have that first glance, that first response to that bug, that should be there. And in terms of learning, like there are a lot to learn. This is a vast world, vast trends are going on. And if you are selecting DevOps, it's a very deep sea, it's an ocean. So there are a lot of tools. Try to check market every day, which new tool is coming, what is the purpose of that tool, and have some knowledge over it. as I said, you should have know something about everything. So start gaining that something about everything, and that would be enough. And yes, the main thing would be cloud platform.
Hmm.
Please go through all three cloud platforms: AWS, Azure, and GCP. And yeah,
You people are also professional one who is having the experience or who are actually working with the DevOps. So you people are also need to keep updated yourself
yes,
and you
yes.
need to
So
keep
yeah,
learning the new tools every day.
yeah, that's a really good question. Yes, uh, that is the reality. We need to learn every day. We need to learn every small tool, because see, you know one tool, but tomorrow there comes an update with great features, or some feature gets revoked from that update. So you need to be like on that tool. You should be updated over that tool as well,
Yes.
even old and new tools. So yes, it's a daily job to check on those apps, those tools.
So thank you, Shubham, for joining us today. It's really amazing talking to you. And definitely, whatever the knowledge you shared here, that will be helpful to our students and those who are watching this video. And thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you for having me on this channel. It's a great. I have watched like all the interviews you are taking. You've been absolutely fantastic over that. It
Thank
was
you.
my pleasure that you invite me for this one-to-one session. And yes, I tried my best to give knowledge whatever I had. Yes, so thank you so
And
much.
for the rest of the information, your blog is there. Apart from that, I'm going to mention your LinkedIn ID in my
Yes,
description box too. So
yes,
those who wanted to know more about this DevOps, they can contact you directly. So I had not
yes,
taken your permission, but directly I said कि they can contact me. I'm sure you're going to anyhow,
yes,
you're
yes.
going to help them out.
If if log is not available, I am available.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks once
Thank you
again.
so much.